I'm Kara. Welcome to my craft room. I've got a really elegant bridal shower card. I love the blush pinks combined with rose gold. So I have some rose gold paper I got at Michael's and fished out my 3 different colors of blush pink, and it came up with this beautiful card. So when you put it in your envelope, it looks like this. And when you open it, you get your little pop-up there with the umbrella, and they can easily display it. So before we get to making here, I need you to go down in my description. There's a Cricut link there. If you click on that link, Cricut will put the base of this card onto your Cricut canvas and you'll be ready to go. So let's go make it. Here we are on the canvas. If you do not have this on your canvas, stop right now, go down in my description, and I have put a Cricut link there. And if you click on that, Cricut will put this onto your canvas and you'll be ready to go. So first thing, we are not going to use the 3, so we're going to delete that. Here's your envelope. I'll talk more about that when we're on the craft table, but I'm going to move it out of our way. We are going to leave the background of this white, but we're going to change all these panels to a cream color. First thing I'm going to do, well, let's do this bottom one first. I'm going to ungroup it. I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to change all these colors. Pull the background away, and then I'm just going to click all of those. I'm going to go in here to edit, and then a color. Let's pick this, but I'm going to make it a lot lighter. There we go. Now we're going to do the same thing. We will ungroup it and pull away. Pulled away the wrong thing, didn't I? Pull away the card. There we go. Click on all 3 of these. Go into edit and hit the cream. There we go. Now I'm going to put this back up here where I'm going to kind of put these where they go. There's that. And let's go ahead and put this guy back where he goes. Okay, now we need our images. So you're going to go down here to the lower left-hand corner. And here we are. If you have never looked up images with your code number, let me show you how to do that really quick. All Cricut images start with a hashtag M, and the umbrella is 3ACCF. F. There we go. And there you go. You're going to click on that. It's going to put down here by add. You will see that I have added a whole list of all your different images that you are going to need. Once you get them onto your canvas, we'll get started. I'm going to fast forward from here and let you finish this out. Okay, now we're here on the canvas. So let's get all of our stuff ready to go. Let's do this first because it's going to be the easiest. You're going to go into layers. You'll find it'll be highlighted. You do not need this part. So you can either delete it or hit the little eye there at the bottom. Okay. And this is going to be... Let's go into edit. This is the only one that we're going to unlock this button for because we are changing both the height and the width. So the width is going to be 2 inches and the height is going to be 1.75. And since it's simple and this is all the only thing we've got left to do, we are going to change it to pink, only I'm going to make it really... We're going to make it pink, only I'm going to make it really, really pale. So there you go. So now, bride-to-be and congrats. Okay, but you got to make sure that you lock this button underneath. This is going to be 3.7 inches wide. So you're going to go here, 3.7. Okay, and then the bride-to-be, and it needs to be 2.9 wide. There we go, just like that. Now, both of these are going to be the same color, and they're going to be the only things that are that color. So let's go in there. We're going to click both of them. We're going to go to Edit. We're going to go in here, and we're going to pick the darkest green. There you go. So there, you're done with those. See, quick and easy. This part actually goes up here. This goes here. And of course, the bride-to-be part goes right here. Your umbrella is 2.5 inches wide. So 2.5. There we go. Now we need to change a couple of these colors. I made the handle and everything the darkest pink. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit. So now we'll have because we've got 3 different pinks. Okay, and then this is actually the rose gold metallic paper. And we need to assign it a color. Since we already have 3 pinks, I don't want to assign it a pink. So I'm going to assign it kind of a goldish color. It doesn't really matter as long as we know everything this color is rose gold. Okay, so there's your umbrella. Now, we do need it to go ahead and do a support for that. So let's go ahead and get that done right now. You're going to go into Shapes. You're going to get a square. We're going to go into Edit. We are going to unlock this button in between. The 2 inches is going to stay. The height is going to be 5 inches. And it is going to be the same color as our cream background. That is going to be our support for our pop-up. So now I'm going to turn this a little bit, and I'm going to stick it up here where our pop-up is going to go. Let's go ahead. This is going to be the easiest. Oh, I forgot something. First, let's change the color on this. It needs to be the same as our background. Now, if you have a piece of paper that has either a pen or a score line, you cannot change the color and edit. You have to go into layers. Now, and then you're going to pick just the paper, not the score. We're going to go in here and we're going to pick it our cream color. There you go. Now, our palm fronds. First, since we're going to be duplicating this a bunch, I'm going to change its color. These are all the rose gold, which is that kind of brownish color there. I'm going to need 8. Okay, so the first one, well, let's go ahead and we're going to put it on actions and hit duplicate just so we have another one. Okay, so now we're going to do make sure that in between is locked. And this first one is going to be 1 inch wide. Okay, and we are going to duplicate that because you need 2. So you're going to go back to actions and duplicate. These are your biggest ones. I'm just going to put these approximately where they go. Okay. Now, this one, we're going to need 4 of. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this because we're going to need one other size. Now, we need 4 of these, but first they need to be 0.65 wide. 0.65. There we go. And then we are going to duplicate it. Okay, so you're going to go back to actions and you're going to do 1, 2, 3. So now you've got 4. Okay, a couple of them are going to go here. A couple of them are going to go here. And then you're going to have 2 of these really tiny ones. And they're going to be 0.55 wide. And we are going to duplicate that. And those go with the little bitty flowers you have over here. Okay, now we've got 2 different ones. They're the exact same program. I did not use this layer right here. So I am going to highlight it and then take the eye away. This one is going to be, I'm going to go into edit. And instead of this darker green, I'm going to use this super, super light green. And then this is going to be the medium pink. So we're going to go here. Now you see we have the dark and the light, and we don't have anything medium. So that's going to be this one right here. And then these are going to be the light right here. There we go. So then we have this part, and this is going to be the darker. Okay, the medium. There we go. So that all fits. Now, you have got one of these at 2.5 wide. So let's go into edit. You got 2.5. There we go. Now we need to go into actions and duplicate. We should have already done that. We just need 2 of these. And on this one, it is 2.25 wide. Okay. Now this one is going to go under your umbrella. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and turn it. It's going to go right up here. Then we've got different kinds of these guys. Oh, again, we are not going to use this super dark. Okay. So I'm going to hit the I button and get rid of it. And we're also not going to use this. Okay. We are just going to use this part. And of course, its color is going to change to that same light green. Just like that. There we go. And since this has 3 colors in it, darkest at the very bottom. So you are talking the dark pink. And it doesn't have to match your pink. It's just so you know which ones are light, medium, and dark. This is the medium. And then this very, very top one is the lightest. Here we go. So you've got this guy. And we need we are going to need 6 of these. So first, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it. Okay, and that's for the smaller ones. These we're going to need 4. And they are 1.15 wide. Okay, so you're going to go and edit 1.15. There we go. It's always better when you're duplicating something to get the size and the colors right first. Then you don't have to change them on every single one. Then you're going to go back to actions and you're going to hit duplicate. You need 4. 1, 2, 3. That gives me 4. 2 of these are going to go here. 2 of these are going to go here. Now, the only other thing we have left is the 2 tiny ones that are going to go with the bride-to-be. And they are just 1 inch wide. So we're going to do 1 inch. There we go. And we need to duplicate that once. And that goes here and here. Now, I've got one favor to ask of you. On all of these roses, okay, I need you to glue all the pink parts together. Don't glue them onto the leaves. Don't glue the rose gold palm fronds. Don't glue any of that. Just glue the pink. Just do all of the pink parts of the flowers, just these parts. And glue your rose gold top to your dark pink umbrella. If you will do that before we get to the craft table, we'll be set to go. So one last thing. Let me check sync on our colors. Okay, these are the congrats and the bride-to-be are both the dark green because we want those to stand out. All the other leaves are the light green. You got your dark pink, your medium pink, your light pink, your cream, your rose gold, and your white. So you're set. Go ahead, go cut those out. Glue all the pink parts of your flowers together, and I'll meet you over the craft table and we will get it put together really quick. Okay, guys, we're here at the craft table. As you can see, it is well loved. My first tip is I keep everything separate on paper plates. It just helps keep me organized. And thank you for gluing all these roses together. My second, I use art glitter glue. It dries clear. I get it with this refill and the little thing and this little bitty tip. A little bit goes a long way. and envelopes. Now, depending on what you want to do, here, this is a 5x7 card. This is not the exact right envelope, but I got a ream of really big copy paper. I think it's 12x18 to make these bigger envelopes. It's linked in the description. So is the glue. Or you can just go get these 5x7 envelopes. They're 5.25 times 7.25, of course. These I got at Hobby Lobby. There's 50 of them. I waited till it was half off. Or there's Amazon or all kinds of different places, 5x7. Okay, so let's get our base done real quick. Okay, first, as you can see, I already have this folded like a card. The other piece that has the score line down the middle is going to be on the front. I have the wrong side, and then you are just going to fold it back like this. Okay, that's why it's called a Z-fold card. Okay, so let's straighten this all back out and get our backgrounds on. Okay, like I talked about on the canvas, I wanted a really, really neutral background on these because it was important to me for the pinks and the rose golds to stick out for everything. Okay. There we go. Now, these are all going to be about 1/4 inch around. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then you have these longer ones. So we're going to get all of these put on. Don't miss your corners because they will pop up. Okay, we're going to do this really quick. I love these Z-fold cards. I think they are adorable. And I like the way that they are really easy to display. So, say you send it to their office or something, they can put it on their desk. Or just on a kitchen shelf where you see it every day. There we go. Okay, we've got all of those on. Now, let's do our other part. I'm going to set this aside. This is where you're going to sign. I'm going to put it on another plate so we can get rid of these. Here is your smaller piece. The middle is going to go down. Okay. And this part with this with the score in the middle is going to go up. There we go. Just like that. And now we are going to get our panels on here. Now, you have a couple of extra. This one has score lines on it. So you know that. And this is going to be your brace for your umbrella and your flowers. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. Here are our two smaller squares that are go into our smaller spaces. And in just a second, I will show you our bigger square because I kind of have it set to show you before I glue it in. So you'll kind of see what we're going to be doing here in just a couple seconds. Okay, there's those two. And here is the long rectangular one. And I was kind of getting this all, you know, fixed how it's going to be the bride-to-be part. Okay, so let's get this last triangle. I mean, rectangle glued on. Okay. And if you want the little pink thing to sign on, you can go ahead and glue it right here, or just don't use the tan one. That's up to you. I left this as an option to go over the top because if you would rather have the tan square there, then it's there for you and you can just sign on that. That's up to you. Okay. So next we're going to glue both of these together. On this side, the big panel is on the right, and on this one, the big panel is on the left. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to line it up exactly right, and I put it about 1 inch above the bottom. So you are going to line it up exactly with each side. Okay, get it all lined up about 1 inch above. Once you get it there, you're going to hold it down with your hand. You are going to flip back this square, and we're going to put glue on it. Okay, hold on, let me get this glue off my thing. Okay, just like this. All of a sudden, my glue doesn't want to work. There it goes. There we go. And then you're just going to smooth it down. Okay, now you're going to flip it around. Well, actually, I'm going to do it to the side here, trying to keep my head out of your video. And we are going to glue this side, but we're only going to glue this square, just like we glued that square over there. So half of this. So what I usually do is I stick my thumb where I know I want the glue to stop, which is right here on this fold. I will bend it back, and I know that I cannot put any glue past my thumb. There you go. And now we're just going to smooth it down again. Okay. So you're just going to smooth it down like that. I love these pinks and greens. I have all men here, so it's fun for me to do a girly card. Okay, so there you go. Look at that. You've already got your square made. See how quick and easy that was? Okay, now that we've got that and you kind of see what we're doing, I am going to show you my example. You can see how this one and this one are pretty much the same. Oh, here it is. Okay. That's the pink one right here. Do you see that in there? Hopefully you can. And you'll see that the edges butt right up against the back of your card right there. Okay, do you see that? So we're getting ready to put this in, and it's going to be the same as this pink. Okay, so first, now normally we're going to bend these down. Okay, and we are going to put glue on both of these tabs. Okay, you know, put pretty good glue on here. This is going to be your support for your umbrella and flowers that pop up. Okay, just like that. Normally, I would go in through the top, but of course, you guys, I'm filming from the top and you wouldn't be able to see if I did that. So I'm going to go in from the side. This is going to be flush with the top, so we're going to push it all the way down in there. Okay, one side's going to glue here, one side's going to glue there, and these edges right here are going to butt up right against the back of the card. So this support is right in the middle of that square. Okay, so I'm going to keep these bent in so I don't drag glue everywhere. I'm going to slide it into here till I get it pretty much in the right spot. Make sure that my edges are butting up against the back of the card. There we go, just like that. And as soon as I get them where I want them, I'm going to fold this down and kind of smush it, okay? Because it's most important that your card is able to fold so it will go into your envelope, okay? Now, you see how we did that? Okay, we're going to let that dry a little bit, and we're going to get our other stuff done. Let's do the flowers up here in the corner. You're going to have one of these bigger double flowers up here. Now, I talked about where I kept the greens really light to go with all the blush pinks, because I really didn't want them to cover, to overpower, maybe is the word I'm looking for. There, see, we're going to do just like that. Okay, so first I'm going to hold down both of these and I'm going to pull this off. So now we see how these are going to be. This one is about 1 inch diagonal, okay, and about half an inch, 1/4 inch from the bottom. So let's go ahead and glue this one in, and they don't have to be exact. It's going to be, up under the card, so it's not like, it has to be perfect or anything. Okay, so we're going to go about a quarter, half an inch above, about 1 inch diagonal, and we'll do this one Now, some of this rose gold is going, of this one is going to show back behind your umbrella, which is fine. That's exactly what you want. Okay, so now we're going to do this almost exact. We are going to keep this on the tan. Hold on, I got a little glue on here. The nice thing about these metallics is this glue will clean right off. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's get our flowers. Oh, I kind of wanted my flowers to pop just a little tiny bit. I have these dots, but you can get, you know, pop-up dots, or you can even do a couple extra things of cardstock underneath that'll pop it up a little bit. You can't pop it up too much because it has to fold and go into your, I'm going to put this sort of in the middle. If you've got pop dots, I would put one on each flower. Okay, and then we're going to put this right here, just like that. Well, I'm going to make sure that it's popping up just a little tiny bit, not much. Just a little tiny bit, okay? And then that is going to lay right here. Your green can go off your edge if you want. I kind of kept it so it would kind of frame out this corner, see? So, but again, personal decisions. It's your card still, so you get to decide some of these design things. Okay, so I'm going to put this guy, this little stem right here, right in the corner. I'm going to turn these just a little bit, and there you go. There you go. And you can kind of see that the roses are popping up just a little tiny bit, not much. Okay, look, you already got that part done. So let's do the congrats. You know how we have 4 medium flowers? Okay, you're going to pull 2 mediums out and 2 medium backgrounds. So on this one, I'm not going to need a whole one. And I'm all about saving money. So I am going to cut this one right in half. Do you see how I did that? Oh, I lost one on my scissors. Okay, and I'm going to put half on each flower. Again, this is optional. You do not have to, you do not have, and you don't have to be super precise on how you put these roses on the green either. They don't have to exactly match up. Actually, I think it gives them a little more interest if they don't, because you see a little bit more green stuff in the background behind it. So here's our other. There we go. Now let's get it put on the background. Just like that. There you go. There. Now you've got a couple more of your pop-up flowers. Okay, so this one goes here. And this one goes here. So let's get our congrats spaced out. We know that the C has to come way up here. Okay, you see how that goes? So I'm going to go ahead and glue our, I'm going to do the rats first. That's going to be the easiest. Look. And you can have it go off of the cream color if you'd like. That's totally your choice. Yeah. I'm going to, there, just like that. See that? Okay, let's see if we can get this done. Okay, I'm just putting little dots of glue where I think it might pop up. Okay, now make sure that your S, my S got a little bent. So with these little tiny ones, you just kind of gotta, now this isn't gonna be angled a lot, just enough. There we go. And this is why I say I put dots on everything that might be sticking up. And look what I forgot to stick some glue on. This little bitty tendril here, right here. There you go. Just like that. Okay. Now we need to get our O and G. My G is a little bent too. It should be, there. It should be right up against the other part of the G. So let's make sure. And of course, we got to make sure we can get all of our C on there. So that's what we're going to kind of line up. If this drops off, that's fine. We'll just trim it off a little bit. Okay, just like that. So let's get the O and G on there. Normally, I would either make an offset for these words or make a little frame. But for this design, that would just take away from it. And I'm gonna have to get really close to this to make sure that I get it all lined up right. Okay. See? Do you see how my N is not, my G's good now. So I'm gonna smush it down. You see how my N has gotten all banged up? That's not quite right. This, you're just going to have to fiddle with it a little bit. Okay, if you get to this point and you're worried that your C is not going to fit, you can always make it go down a little bit. It doesn't have to be exactly on the same line as everything else. Okay, you can make it, which I'm probably going to do, you can make it come down just a little bit. See, like that. Okay, so now let's get our C on. And make sure you get all those little spots. Okay, I am going to bring it down just a little bit and have it almost connect to the O. Do you see that? Another good thing about this glue is that it dries clear, so you're not going to see any of this. And I need, this little part of my G is sticking up, and I'm going to put a little tiny piece of glue there. Make sure that it's down really good. I got another little spot on this G. I'm going to actually push it over just a little bit. I think it's a little too close to my R, but that's just probably because I had it bent in the first place. There, see how I fixed that? Okay, so let's go ahead and put our roses on then. The reason that I wait to do a lot of this stuff, I'll wait till later or until you're done with a certain point, because if we mess this up, your congrats, you would have to remake all these flowers. But as long as you wait till after, there you go. Okay, you see how that is? Okay, now let's do our bride to be. This is going to be your little bitty flowers, the two smallest that you've got, which, and you know what we forgot? We forgot the little dealy guys, okay? The little rose gold guys. Okay, now you can do this either way. You probably have some room to stick this up under your flower. I'm sorry, I forgot about these guys. So you can either, actually, I'm going to cut mine off. I'm going to cut off this first leaf and stem, so it will go right up under where I want it. You see how that does? So let me get some glue out. Okay, I know I want it there, so actually I'm just going to stick the glue on while it's still here. I'm just going to sneak some in the back. There we go, just like that. You see how nicely that fills in those empty spots. Okay, I got a little bit of glue on this one. That's the nice thing about this metallic paper. Okay, so now you've got, hold on. Now this one, you need one that turns to the middle. You see how this turns inside and this one turns inside. So we're probably going to do basically the same thing. First, I'm just going to clip off the stem. And let's see. Yeah, I can fit that right up under there. See? Since we didn't glue big time, it fits right up under what I was getting ready to do. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue this one into place. That makes it easier. There we go. Now, when you have this glue and this metallic paper, it's not going to glue clear. It's going to glue cloudy because it's sitting on top of a metallic paper. There you go. Now, see what a huge difference those little fronds make? Super simple. Okay. So now we're going to do these really tiny, the two tiniest flowers with the two tiniest fronds. Okay. So now let's get our roses on. And I'm actually on mine. I'm just going to use 1/4 of each pop glue dot, I guess, is what these are. I don't even know if they make these anymore. I've had them for so long. Okay, there we go. Just like that. And then let's get our flowers on. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so now we're going to be doing basically the same thing. Now, remember I told you that we didn't need all the little bitty pieces. We just needed the words. Okay, so first let's get these kind of, there we go. I'm going to put these here. I'm not going to worry about the rose gold fronds yet. I just want to show you my spacing. This is probably going to go over the top of this bee, which is good because that helps it all kind of blend in together. Okay, so here's your bride. Okay, there's bride. And then you need to do your bee. You need to do the 2 TO part last, because you can put that TO anywhere here in the middle. Okay, so first let's get our bee put on. Okay, and it's going to kind of go in this middle a little bit, and it's still going to be turned. Okay, so let's get our glue on here. It's hard for me to give you specific like measurements of where this stuff is going to go because it's not specifically going in a specific spot. So, which makes it a little harder for me to show because I have to go through all the spacing, but at least you kind of know what's going on. Okay, so we're going to put this bee, it's going to overlap the white on both sides. Okay, a little bitty piece right here that's not glued. There we go. Now, since we're done with that, if you want, you can do the flowers, but first we got to do the fronds. So let's go ahead and get our words on here. That's going to make it the easiest. And then we can kind of see where we need to fill into. And don't forget all these little bitty spots that may flip up once it gets. Okay, I'm going to put this right next to it. And of course, this is another personal decision here. There we go, bride. Then we're going to do the B. This E is going to go all the way up in here into this corner. Okay, so let's get that put in first. That's going to be the biggest one, because that's going to tell us where the B is going to go. So this one is actually going to finish way up here in this corner. You see that? And then we'll put the B right next to it. Let me get all this glue on here. It is so much fun making a girl card. I have all men who live here. Well, my oldest son just moved out. He had come home to stay with us during COVID because we have a special needs little brother. Sorry about that, got interrupted. That happens. Okay, the only thing we have left to do is your TO. And again, that is a personal thing But I kind of want to make sure that it is lined up with the the B, just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this glued in. Now on this one, since I want it to be specifically in a specific spot, I'm going to hold on to it and kind of glue around it real quick. When it dries a little bit, I'll put more glue on it. I just don't want it to move from where I exactly want it to be. Okay, there we go, just like that. Let me sneak a little piece right under here. There we go, just like that. Now, on these little guys, you're probably going to keep the pond frond pretty far down because you really don't want a lot of your writing to be obscured. Okay, and this is your choice on whether you even want to put this one on here. It's totally your decision. Like that. See? To tell you the truth, I like it without it. Okay, so now I'm at the end here, and I know we didn't use these, so I'm sticking this right here in the middle just to give you another option on here. You can put this down here like this. And I actually like that. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So but that's a personal decision. If you like it cleaner, then you don't put this in here. It all depends on what you would like to do. Because remember, in the long run, this is your card. Okay. I'm going to put it right here, kind of at an angle. And it's fine if this goes way down here, just because it's all glued together, see, and it won't really matter when you're folding your card. But you can see that I am adding this at the very end because we already have our pop-up there. Okay, so we've got one more guy to go here. And we're going to put this rose gold guy pretty far behind him because we don't want him interfering with our writing. I'm going to actually angle him over to the side a little bit. And then let's get this glued down. I kind of do it so the little curly Q and the leaves are kind of over in the corner like that. Of course, we do have this other one if that's what you would like to do. Actually, I don't like that. Oh, now look at that. Look how much you've already gotten done. You are doing a great job. I'm really proud of you. Okay, our next step is to get the umbrella pop-up done. And that's all we've got left. So look how good you're doing. You should have one more rectangle of the cream color. Okay. And the first thing we're going to do is put our umbrella on here. Now, you're going to want to put it like this, where this part of the umbrella is going to cover that square. And we're going to cut off this back behind it. Okay. So let's see. Let's go ahead and glue this side of the umbrella. So I'm just going to do, look, this left side. And I'm going to get it put on the corner exactly where I want it. Go up. And again, got glue on it. Okay, there. Now, I didn't glue the other side because I want to be able to cut this because I don't want to see this corner sticking up. So I'm just going to slide my scissors back behind and do it just like that. You see that? And then I'm going to throw a little bit of glue back behind here to make sure that this side is being held on to. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Now, some of this is going to be your decision. I actually made a bunch of extras. I do like this big one. And then depending on what you want, on how many more flowers you want to add, like maybe just one more or one more right here. We're going to put a couple of these fronds in here with it. So first, let's get our flowers put on our bases. And even if you don't use that second little flower, let's go ahead and get them put on. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pop dot these two. But if they're flat and you don't use these, nobody's even going to notice. Nobody's going to say, oh my God, you should have used pop dots on these flowers. Nobody. And since I've been trying to get rid of a lot of my perfectionism, I have to realize that they don't see my mistakes either. Because I'm so sure that everybody is going to notice this big, huge mistake I made, when of course they aren't. Not really. Okay, so there, we've got all of our flowers glued. So let's decide. Let me show you really quick what's going to happen here. Just so we can decide. A lot of this just depends on how you think it looks good and where you want it. Okay, look, here's this pop-up right here. Okay, so you want to cover, kind of this part too. Okay, now, of course, you can make it lower. That's your decision. Okay, so how about we do it just like that? I like it. Okay, so first, we're just going to do the big flowers. Okay, now, these do have to fold. But if this little green part does get to the point where you're having a hard time with it folding, then you can always just trim it off. And I'll show you that here in just a minute. It shouldn't be a problem, but some of it depends on where you put your support once you... Okay, I'm going to put this right here. There we go. We want the shower because it's a shower card. Okay, now I kind of want to do this here and put this right here. Yeah, I like that. So first, let's do the front. We don't know how much it's going to be sticking out. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on each leaf because it's got to kind of float above these guys right here. So just like that. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this little pink guy on here. Right there. You don't want it to look super regimented or any of that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm going to put the other one right here. Maybe I'm going to push it up just a little bit. Again, this is your personal decision on where you would like these flowers. They don't have to be perfect. I'm going to push this one up just a little bit so it covers a tiny... Oh, they hadn't dried yet, had it? Okay, and then let's put our other flower on here. We are doing really good. Just like that. And look how cute that is. Look what a great job we're doing. Okay, now the only other thing we have to do is glue this onto our middle support. Do you see that there? And this is going to go right in the front. That's why we made the background the same color on both. Okay, right there. Now, for me, I'm going to go ahead and put this straight so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Where this would be is right in the middle of this fold. Okay, so I actually want to hide a little bit of my leaves like that. You see that? But this is a personal choice. Okay, so now I'm going to look under here. And it goes past my support a little bit. So I'm not going to put glue all the way down. But I am going to start the glue right here where I want it to stop. Okay, just so I can pay attention to what's going on. and not much sticks out, so which we're going to trim off. Okay, so we're going to put enough glue for it to connect to our thing really good, because this is your pop-up. This is what's going to make it pop up, so you got to make sure that you have good glue and stuff on it. Okay, so there's two ways you can do it. You can leave it open like this and decide where you want to put it, or you can close it. If you're going to close it, this score line is right in the middle of your support. Okay, so go in here, just because you don't want to drag a bunch of glue everywhere. Kind of figure out exactly where you want it, kind of put it in the middle, and then I am going to make it flat. I am going to make sure that it's right in the middle and it's straight. Okay, now mine, look, is exact same, but I'm going to go ahead and trim it off just a little bit from the bottom, just so, you know, not even a hint of it is going to show. Okay, it's easier for me to do this in halves, just like that. Okay, and look how elegant and pretty this is. You're done. Look what you did. You made it. You did a great job. I am really, really proud of you.